Welcome to Financial Jaga Jaga.
Is that Russia is a major producer of crude oil, right? And we know that crude oil is a valuable commodity globally. So the fact that there are already threats that if this thing escalates, Russia might be sanctioned, and one of the sanctions that might be placed on Russia is the fact that nobody might want to buy crude oil from them. I'm just assuming, right? Someone might sit in their house now and say, well, what could happen if people stop buying, or if Russia is not able to sell off their crude oil? They produce 10% of the global crude oil production. Now, if they're not able to sell their crude oil, it means that there will be some level of shortage of crude oil globally. Now, the law of demand and supply will come into play again. When something is scarce, the price will go up. Now, it is not yet even scarce, but investors are already pricing that in, right? Because the way crude oil commodity trades is like a different ballgame entirely. So we've seen the price of crude oil rise actually. So it rose above 100. I think on Thursday it was actually above $100 per barrel, right? This is something that was it was kind of at some point last year. I think it was like 70 something dollar per barrel and all of that. So that's what we are seeing. Some Nigerians will be like, yeah, like we have nothing to lose. Like, I mean, if oil prices rise, we should be happy as a country. Guy, I don't know about that though, because I mean, we all know that Nigeria relies on crude oil to get a lot of foreign exchange, and even if you look at the budget, you see that a huge chunk of the revenue source comes from oil revenue, although the government is trying to see how they can diversify all of that. But the current reality is that we get a lot of our revenue from this oil proceeds. Now, it should, under normal circumstances, when prices of oil rise, I mean, it's just basic. Revenue is price times quantity. So if you want to increase your revenue, you either increase your price, or you increase your quantity, or you increase both. In this situation, Nigeria kind of has issues increasing the quantity. Like we've been struggling with producing much more oil, but now price has risen, so it should, price times quantity, right? So it should actually impact positively. However, I think sometime last week, the Minister of Petroleum Resources came out and said that it's not really good news for Nigeria. And if I think about it as a person, I think that he might have said that because, you know, this whole subsidy wahala. So in as much as we export crude oil, Nigeria now goes back to import refined oil. So it doesn't even make sense. Like, we're exporting crude oil and then we're going back to import refined oil. So if crude oil prices rise, the normal thing should be, the ripple effect should be that refined oil prices would also rise, right? So when you bring it in, the petrol price should actually go up, but Nigerians would really suffer in terms of, we use fuel generator businesses. It would just be too much. So the government now has to, instead of translating that increase in price to you and I, they then have to like take on. So for example, if they're supposed to sell the refined fuel for 500 naira, because they know Nigerians will shout, they can decide to sell at 300, for example, and then just chest that 200 and take it as a loss, right? So that's what the issue with subsidy. I think some years ago, I was still quite young, and I think one president tried to take out subsidy, and I knew how everybody was talking, go to the market, what's in the happen though? Subsidy. So like, it's something that the government might not be really, it's something that everyone has recommended, like so many international organizations have actually recommended that they should do, but because of the sentiments attached, it's not something that it would take a lot of strong minds to actually take that off, right? So that might be why he's saying that Nigerians don't go and start rejoicing that, oh, crude oil price has risen. For me, I don't know. What do you think? I hope you really enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to share. Not feel free. If you did, please share, okay? Drop a comment and share your thoughts as well. I mean, I'm also open to learning from you. Bye.